the idea is that, you know, it's not really about not being born with any brilliant talent or anything. It's just, you know, doing the same thing every day for a long time. Repetition, just like an instrument or something like that. Over and over again. And slowly it grows, you know, slowly and everything moves centimeter by centimeter slowly, and that way, you know, something reliable comes out, because baking's really about consistency and reliability, and you know, people want to come back and get the same thing over and over again. Like, you know, what I really am interested in, there's so much about going on right now, you know, people talking about, you know, the grandparents, and I think when they're talking about like bread tasting like what their grandparents made and things like that, what they're talking about is reliability and authenticity and something you can trust. You know, and that's something that means a lot to Americans right now. There's something's going on in the country that we don't really, you know, have a finger on, but people, I think that's why people like food so much, and baking.
Yeah, real taste.
Well, just something that is genuine. It's not, you know, no one can say, you know, not many people can say, trust me nowadays in America, you know.
And be believed.
And especially the people whose business is to say, trust me. You know, why should I trust you? But when you think about your grandmother's baking, that's something you can trust, you know, or any kind of, you know, very repetitive business. A musician that's gone over something over and over and over again. And then you can trust that. So I think that's why people think about it so much. They want something that's comforting and safe, and you know.
How did you like fall in love with pastry?
Coming to the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah, coming to the Midwest, because I didn't like the pastries in France. But I didn't really ever eat desserts in England. Pudding is what we call pudding. And my mum never made it, but just a couple of things. So, you know, she did like a creme reversée and meringues with cream and but otherwise we would just have fruit and cheese after a meal. So we didn't really eat any, you know, sweet things. I didn't like cookies or anything. But when I came here to the Midwest, that was different. I like that.
Donuts?
I love the donuts, but I think what I really was when I just, you know, the pies and the coffee cakes, all the stuff that's in the state fair. You know, I just was like, wow, because it occurred to me, well, the thing about the Midwest was that it was so rich with produce, and it did have fuel. You know, we didn't have that in Europe.
And flour,
so there was
amazing flour.
An amazing flour. So these, you know, these made of Scandinavia type bakers, you know, I mean, they were there, they were like isolated. They couldn't go to the corner store like you do in Europe. You know, you don't bake yourself. You go to, you would be robbing someone of their livelihood if you baked yourself in France or in Los Angeles, England. You know, because there'd be the corner pastry, you know, shop. So there's some stuff, you know, that people would bake in France, but very simple, grand maman sort of, you know, the clafoutis and stuff like that, but not real. You need that professional, mostly that we've had. But here in America, they had these women living in the prairie, and they were baking for the men, you know, they were making this food, they were totally isolated, and, you know, they were doing it to make farms work. I mean, that was your pay. It wasn't money, it was incredibly good food. And that tradition stayed in America until probably after the Second World War, when we started we very, very easily let go of that. And we became junk food addicts. But before that, there's like your pay was good food. But we forgot that really fast. I mean, it's just, how can people forget it so fast? Like, you can't imagine other cultures around the world letting go so easy. It must be a kind of low self-esteem, I think, you know, because if you think about the cultures that let go of things like that, they probably think that they're not very important. Like English food and Irish food, Europe and everyone looked down on that, and we let go of it really fast. I mean, you know what I mean? We just thought we were kind of like,
that's part of the American thing, where people can just take up and get rid of new ideas. in a jiffy.
Yeah,
it's
but
part of our
now,
adaptability.
we're beginning to feel differently. Like, you know, I just heard someone saying on the radio today, you know, that was the feeling that Jeremiah Tower created the first American food, and they did that big cook-off against the French, and they won, and all that stuff in the 70s. And then this woman was saying, but then who was to say there was no American food before that? Well, it was just snuffed,
Yeah.
you know, out of our memories right after the Second World War, because then huge corporations were making a lot of money, because these women were going out to work during the war, and they couldn't, you know, so all that biscuit, you know, all that sort of stuff was created for them. Biscuit was created for them, right?
Yeah.
So they could feed the children when they got back from working in the factories.
Yeah.
It's such a short time. You know,
Such a
I
short
have
time.
recipes from my great grandmother. I mean, she would feed, you know, all the farm workers.
There you
this
go.
threshing time. Everyone was fed. And I have some of her old bread recipes and just regular little baking powder biscuits, as simple as anything.
That was the stuff of life.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I see photographs of those crews that worked on those farms. I mean, there would be 50 to 100 people on your farm. They would move, and you would go work on someone else's farm. But when you'd all go onto one farm, and those women prepared for those days, like the whole year. They had to put things and can things and get things ready for those, you know, 3 days that everyone was on their farm, and they paid them with fantastic food. So can you imagine if you were working from farm to farm to farm, those houses, those farms were competing. Like, I'm sure she was really proud of her.
Yeah.
She was serving in her house, you know, this is my recipe, whatever. But then I'm sure she also went and helped the women at the other farm prepare the meal. Yeah.
My dad remembers going, and you know, there'd be, you know, there would be wash basins all set up, you know, outside for the men to, you know, because he was a young boy at that time, and they'd wash and try to get all the, you know, the wheat and the chocolate, and the dirt,
stuff
and all
out of
that
it.
stuff off of them, and then eat.
Yeah.
Eat and eat.
It must have felt incredible. And then you must have been like, you must have been taking a shot of heroin after working all day long.
Yeah.
And having that incredible food. You must have felt like the king, you know? Thank you. Life is good. For a few hours.
I will live for another day of work, right?
Live for another day. But it's good. I mean, you probably felt really powerful. You probably got the muscles, you got tanned, you felt like a man. You probably fell in love with the girls as you went from farm to farm. It was your, because you know, in those days you probably, I don't know, not everyone had a car, and you had, what, a 25-mile radius to find a wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And there were still, you know, dependent on the place, but I know in parts of southern Minnesota, there were some people turning, you know, they were using some machinery, you know, for the threshing, but lots of mules and horses that were still being used too. Even on the same farm, my dad would go to one farm and be plowing with a horse.
Yeah.
And then he would help out at another farm, and it was, you know, all of the new John Deere and Ellis Chalmers, you know, all the new machinery.
But even that machinery had like 20 horses pulling it.
Yeah, sometimes, absolutely. Yeah.
Like a steam thing, and then there were like 50 horses pulling that thing, as it was amazing. It's just amazing, and it must have felt so meaningful for those people, and they must have really felt like they were something. And I suspect that's why there's that, you know, none of that, all of that has gone now. But what's left is this memory of, like, you know, big, like, that's what I think that whole thing is now, where people, like, people used to come into the bakery on Grand and say, you know, my granny's dead, but this reminds me of my granny, that smell, you know, these were the kind of things that she made, and it meant so much to them. So I just feel that's probably it. That, you know, all that stuff is sort of gone from America now, and we have to figure out something new.
And you are.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm back. You know what I mean? We had to figure out. We can't just live on. You know, we can't go around sniffing bread all day long. You know.